everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I'm going to be updating you on my eyeshadow panning journey this year. So if you are not aware, I will link my playlist of all of these down below, but I am splitting the year into 3 4-month sections. And so I just started my second rotation of palettes, and I'm focusing in on 3 palettes at a time, one being a custom Z palette and then 2 like pre-made palettes. And I'm just using what I feel like using, but it really helps me to have kind of just a small selection of eyeshadows that I'm using at a time instead of my whole collection. But I want to be able to rotate through all my palettes this year. So anyway, these are the 3 palettes that I have been working on, and I am excited to share with you the 1-month update. So the overarching goal for the year is to hit pan or finish 13 eyeshadows this year. So far I've hit pan on 2. So I need to start seeing some pans and finishing some things. So let's go ahead and start. This is the kind of like the least used palette, and then we'll work up to the most used. This is the Soft Glam. So this is the Soft Glam 2 from Anastasia. I love this palette for traveling. It is so good. I already have 3 pans in here from previous usage. So this is what the palette is looking like. Not too much of a change here. So for my usage, I used Orange Soda, which is this matte kind of orange one, once. I used Dusty Rose here at the end once. And then I've been using Incense from here as kind of like my transition crease shade. I used it 4 times. So I think I'm going to try to focus in on Incense a little bit in here and use that as my go-to just to see a little bit of a dip. I don't know that I'll hit pan necessarily, but I would like to see a little bit more usage in here. I have not used any of the other shades though. I would like to use, every shade at least once. Especially the ones that I haven't hit pan in, Sultry and Mulberry. They're beautiful. I just haven't reached for them yet. So I'm doing okay here, and just kind of getting into my rhythm with these palettes. So the next palette I want to talk about is the ABH Norovina palette, which it's starting to get a little dirty, but that's okay. I've had this palette for about a year now, year and a half. And this is what it's looking like. So I already had pan in what's this one? Dazzling and Base. So these have already been here. They're not new. I've not hit pan on anything new yet, but I have been exploring this palette quite a bit, which has been really fun. So obviously there's a lot of purples and pinks, but I've been trying to get to know some of the warmer shades in here too. So today I have Summer all over my lid, and it's a beautiful gold shade. It's kind of like a antiqued gold shade, so it has a little bit more of a depth to it as well, which I like. I've been using Dreamer quite a bit here. Dreamer's in both of these. I already have pan in here, so I'm kind of focusing more on this one. So let's talk through the numbers. Dreamer I've used 5 times. Summer I've used 5 times. Wild Child, this pink, I've used twice. Rose Gold I've used twice. I used a little bit of that on my outer lid today. And then I haven't used Celestial, Dazzling, or Drama at all. Moving into the bottom row, I used Base once. Soul I have not used yet. Incense I used once. This is also in both palettes, so I've decided I'll focus in on this one. Let's see here. Love is the matte pink. I've used twice. It's beautiful. And then I haven't used Volatile, but Eccentric I've used twice, and I haven't used Passion yet. So I am getting a good variety of usage here. I would really love to see pan in Dreamer and maybe Summer by the end of this, 4-month period. We'll see. I have to get going on that if that's going to be the case, but I kind of have settled into a daily look using Summer, so I feel like that'd be easy, and the Dreamer is also just a very easy shade to use. So we'll see, fingers crossed. I definitely know that the ABH pans are a little bit more shallow than some of the other pans that I've used, so I'm hoping I can use that to my advantage, and also using kind of the right brushes for everything. Okay, and then the last palette is my Z palette, and I've got 9 shades in here. These are all ColourPop shades that I pop out because most ColourPop palettes are magnetic. So I pop them out and kind of redesign my own. So this is what my kind of summer palette looks like. A lot of oranges and kind of reds there. I feel like it really helps complement some of these palettes that I've already been kind of using in a different way. So going across the top, we'll kind of go by rows. The first one here I'm going to pop out. This is the full expose. This is the matte I'm using to set my primer and as my brow bone highlight. I am really starting to be in here swirling my brush quite a bit to get any product. So I think I am going to repress this. There is not that much left, but I think just getting it into the center will help me finish it up. So this will probably be the last time it looks like this because I am going to repress it after this video, I think. So that is one that I hopefully should have finished up in the next 2 months, I would say. Next here is Coastline. Oh, I used full expose 15 times. Coastline I've used 13 times. I am so close to pan. I thought, today is the day, but it wasn't today. So in the center, I've been drilling down. I use this in my inner corner primarily, and then sometimes if I need to lighten up a lid shade, I'll use this, but definitely getting closer there. So hoping to have pan by next time. I really thought I was going to have it by this one, but I'm sure I'm like 2 uses away or something really, really close. So that should be exciting. And then at the end here, this is called Top Down. It's from the Wild Nothing palette. It's a beautiful transition, like a very light transition. It's kind of this peachy on the lid for me. I've used it 10 times. So I just kind of put this down first and then go in with any look. So I am starting to get, some nice wear in the center, no dip really, but I do think I'll be using this one a lot. This middle row, here I have Rumored, which I've used twice. It's a nice kind of taupe shade, so a great, all over the lid. This is Designer Duds. I've used that 3 times. I also like that when I kind of go more orangey red. It's a great lid shade to complement that. And at the end is Hot Springs, which I've used 4 times. This one comes off a little bit more kind of red pink on my lid, which is nice to complement, the oranges. Spyglass I've used once. I'm not really using a lot of black liner right now. That's kind of my preference in the summer, is a little bit of a lighter look. So I have it here if I want to use it, but it hasn't been something I'm reaching for. And then Alcove I've used 3 times, and Morningside I've used 6 times, and that's kind of more of that traditional peachy orange. So I'm really, really pleased with the selections I've made in here, and hoping that these 2 will, first of all, I'm going to repress this one. Hopefully it'll be done, and hoping to have pan in that one for next time. And then I may, after I have pan and Coastline, I may go into Dreamer and try to use that as my inner corner. And I also may use that base, this matte cream shade. So that's kind of what I'm thinking to get a little bit more usage in here and pans and finishing. But we'll see. It's kind of like one step at a time. I got to get through these first. So, and ColourPop shades are deep pan. So just hitting pan on one of these is a big accomplishment for me. It takes me quite a while. I'm a lot lighter handed with my makeup than others, I think. So yeah, it takes me a while, but that is the update. So I don't have any new pans or finished up, items. I also haven't been buying really much makeup and definitely not eyeshadows. I have so many eyeshadows. And that's why I like this kind of rotation, because it keeps things feeling fresh, but then I also can really get to know the palettes. So my current pan percentage is 14.07%. I have 135 eyeshadows and 19 of them have pan. So I feel really good with that 14% and hopefully see that increase next time. I also, if you are new, have in my back of my planner where I keep track of all this, a diagram of all of my palettes, and I have like slashed lines where I have pan. So hoping to make some updates here next time as well, and also finish some. So that is kind of my short and sweet update today. Hopefully next month will be a little bit more exciting, but I'm happy and I'm definitely in my groove. The first couple weeks after switching palettes was a little weird for me, but now I feel like I kind of know where I'm going and what I want to do. So I'm excited to have 3 more months with these palettes. So thank you again so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.